another episode of Get a Load of This from the Silver Creek Studios. I'm Jarod.
I'm Ryan.
It's Joe.
Don't sound too enthusiastic about this.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to come at it every time.
Every time. Bring it.
Hey, I'm still trying to sell them guitars.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
We haven't had a rap in a while. I'm going to give you an assignment for episode. Whatever
I had one the other day. It was fucking good too.
We'll save it. We got to. We'll perfect it, right? And
I almost wrote it down.
80 something.
87 or something like that. I don't know.
I had a good one. I was
track.
talking shit. That's what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
I need to get back into talking shit.
I concur. As long as it's not about me, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, by the time most of our listeners hear this, it will be Easter Sunday.
He has risen.
It may even be the following Monday.
I will say this because I am doing this podcast with two atheists. So I'm going to go ahead and spit this out.
Yeah, go for it.
This is the miracle. Easter is the miracle. Mm-hmm. No matter what people think, Christmas is not the miracle. Easter's the miracle.
The rising from the dead.
Right.
Yep, that's the
miracle. This is what all Christianity stems from.
Yeah.
Is Easter.
And that's why the Jews, a lot of other, all of the sects of Christianity, is that the right word? I think.
Sure.
They all kind of hit on this one pretty hard.
Right.
Right.
But because Sears isn't into it,
right. Yeah.
We don't
much
care
profit
because
in chocolate bunnies.
Right. Well, because it's not the end of the year and
damned if they
fourth quarter margins aren't what they should be.
They fucking tried to market the hell out of Easter and make an extra $1 off it.
Well, yeah, they try to make $1 off everything. Mm-hmm. Of course, that's a hams.
Still got like 6 left.
Wow. But I will say that this is the miracle. This is what you should celebrate. You should care more about Easter than any Christmas. Christmas is a birthday.
We're not going to have a religion class here because
no.
But that's what is taught in church and in the Bible is that this is the miracle.
Well, they don't.
This is the most important.
But
this is what the preacher talks about on Easter Sunday during Mass.
Sure.
So my question would be, sure, I agree, absolutely, but conception to a virgin, that's pretty miraculous too.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy too. I will give you that.
I would say
that is definitely
I think it's a tie.
It's not a tie.
Well, there's the miracle that he was sent here, and then there's the miracle that he died for us. So they're both pretty miraculous.
No,
you made me think of something though. And
Easter is the miracle.
Yeah,
everything else is just losing your keys.
Right.
But he couldn't die if he wasn't born here.
You made me think of something that I heard on another podcast, probably Rogan, but talking about the labeling and the generalizations, so I'm doing this podcast with two atheists, and now people have this. If this is the first one they've ever listened to, now they have this picture painted in their head
of two devils and me.
Yeah. There's two guys.
Well, they would. You don't even go with the devil, so it's just like two pumpkins.
I don't know. We're just anarchists. We're in here. We're Marilyn Manson
because
two guys dressed like Marilyn Manson,
right.
and then Preacher Joe, wearing a white suit, and
Father Joe.
So. But it could be anything more further from the truth. And Jarod and I have talked about this a little bit before. There's a lot of similarities in what we think and feel and whatnot. But there's also some differences, too. Sure. We're not 100% the same on and I think that...
I'm right and Ryan's wrong.
Right.
So.
Yeah, sure. I think that there's a lot of people out there that are the stereotypical atheists that whenever the masses hear atheists, they think of this picture pops in their head. That I don't like those motherfuckers.
Well, no,
I don't like those type of atheists. I don't like an atheist that's gonna look at you and say, what the fuck, man? Come on, look.
All right. Well, I think what you're trying to get at is you have your own views. You don't push them on anyone,
right?
And whatever. If you want to believe what you want to believe it.
Right.
I don't care.
Are you saying I'm pushier?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that You're not pushy.
You're the the pumpkin in this story.
But I think you are a little bit more firmly rooted in your, I would say belief, but lack of belief.
Right.
I think that you're a little bit more. You're a little bit more ground in, and that's not a bad thing. I think it's because
I'm less to each his own and more like pretty sure I'm right about this.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I tend to be that way anyway. But yeah,
but there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a difference in people. But
I also fully think to each his own, and you know,
that was actually a fucking really good description of how you did that. I was like, wow, that was fucking the perfect words to describe it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's all good. But anyway, we were talking about this before, and how people like Jarod and myself, who are non-believer heathens, but
I wouldn't say heathens. You're off tomorrow.
Well, right. So I'm an atheist, but I get the day off tomorrow, and I'm sure as hell taking advantage of that holiday.
He's Christian when it's convenient,
right?
And it made me think. I'm like, I'm
a little bit country.
Pretty sure Jarod had a Christmas tree up in his house, and
you know,
I didn't see a manger scene.
Yeah,
but
we don't have the
stockings are hung by the. I don't know,
but we do take advantage of things when it's convenient for us, and I think that's.
But you also kind of pointed out that there's plenty of holidays, whether they're religious or cultural, that everyone celebrates. You know, Cinco de Mayo or St. Patrick's Day or whatever.
I think those are have a little bit less meaning. I think Christmas and Easter, and they're different because they have an importance to. They have a deeper importance that's probably lost on most of today's society.
Well,
but
yeah,
it's a deeper importance.
Definitely with Christmas, it's lost. But Easter is, I guess you're right. Yeah, Easter is truly lost on most people because I don't think they get that.
They think it's
truly,
about this bunny, and a bunny that lays eggs for some fucking
reason. My wife
reason.
thinks it's fucked up.
It is a little
Why
messed
would
up.
you pick that as the icon of Easter?
It's a little messed up.
Yeah, there's got to be some history there. I didn't do any research, but what's with the bunny?
Bunnies are marketable and chickens aren't.
It's because it's spring and you see them everywhere.
But where'd you get bunnies and eggs?
Well, I don't know, man. That's a very good question. Probably just
to say it's fucked up.
Right. Doesn't make any sense.
You put 4 fucking Hoosiers and sit them down and you say, okay, here's a notebook.
The brain trust of Hallmark in 1940 came up with that shit.
And eggs.
And that's what would be surprising is that it's not as that kind of shit is not as old as we think it is. Like,
I bet it's in the 40s.
Like
in the
even
30s
Santa Claus isn't even that old. Like we think
Santa Claus and Saint Nicholas goes back in the 1800s.
Sure, but like the image of the Coca-Cola Santa Claus, that's early 1900s. You know, what I mean, Saint Nicholas
early 1900s. Shit, that's 1990.
No, I think it was earlier. But
the polar bears and shit.
But I take advantage of. I love Christmas. We've talked about my distaste of certain holidays a lot. But why does Ryan, an atheist, love Christmas? Well, because it's more about my family and being with people and shit like that. So the same with Easter.
You just love that big manufacturing generated fucking wheel. Just keep pumping money on it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also like Easter because I like ham and mashed potatoes, and I like my family. They're okay too. But no, I just I think it's become more about the family event, the gathering for me.
Yeah.
I think that it depends on the household, though. You go to some families, and it's all about Mass, and then lunch after Mass, and the celebration of.
See, I'll be attending.
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
Did you guys have the kind of the dress up a little nicer for church on Sunday? Easter dress for the girls, tie for the boys?
I did when I was a kid. I mean, you had an Easter outfit, and then that rode all and. I still should probably be doing that. I have work clothes, and then I have stuff that fits.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what do you wear to church or Mass when you go? Is it
where's the nice white shoes?
Yeah, I always wear my whites.
Yep.
I wear a hoodie. Okay. And like I go to the Mass for my mother once a month, and I'll wear jeans and a hoodie.
That's good. I'm glad you don't feel obligated to put a tie on or whatever.
No. Yep. God, no. And then, I always look at it like she wouldn't give a fuck what I was wearing. So I'm not going to let someone else dictate that to me because that's not why I'm there.
Right.
Sunday, I'll probably wear, I don't know, something with a collar. I don't know. I would rather wear a hoodie and sweatpants, but,
Right.
But
now, do you do any kind of church going thing? You don't go on Easter with your parents or something?
No.
All right. I didn't know. Maybe
some
people do.
So that's the thing. My parents never
Some
really.
atheists cave in every once in a while.
Well, yeah, someone sang at a choir or something like that. That's a guy I know. My parents never took me to church growing up. Never. And
are they believers?
They're believers.
Okay.
But my grandmother was the one that I would go spend the night at her house on Saturday night, and we'd get up on Sunday morning, and she'd take me and my sister to church. Sometimes my cousin, but usually it was just me and my sister. And then my sister got old enough where she was like, "Yeah, I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm not. I got shit to do. I got friends to hang out with on Saturday night. Grandma, sorry." And then it was just me, and so I went to church every Sunday with Grandma. Until I started getting lazy, and she got tired of trying to roust my ass out of bed, and she's like, "I'm leaving without you." I'm like, "Peace, see you, Grandma."
That's what I was hoping for.
Should have done that about 20 minutes ago. Now you're rushing. It's not worth it.
Yeah, you should have got there early. Did your rosary?
Right. I don't do that. She could have. It's Baptist, so it's a whole different.
I was going to ask, what kind of church did you go to? Baptist? Yeah, that's what we did a lot when I was a kid.
So my grandma always took us, but like nobody else in my family went to church. Like my uncles, my parents, my other side grandparents, no, nobody did. It was my grandma, and then her side of the family, the ones down in like Cape and Jackson, the Boot Heel area. They everybody down there is real churchy. All Baptist, but my dad growing up though, he went to church Methodist. He went to church his whole childhood, and I don't know what. I think you get burnt out, and then you get to an age, and you're like, all right, well, I'm not doing this anymore.
Well, you have your own beliefs, I guess. Yeah. I mean, my father still goes all the time. He's there. My sister goes with him every week.
Yeah, so we've talked about it around my family, like some people take it very seriously, like they have to be there. And if they're not there, they feel like they're being judged by God or whatever. I was really good friends with this family, a guy. He lived across the street from me, and I would spend a lot of time with his family. We would go on vacations together. They would take me with them because he had two sisters, and they just wanted someone to keep him, out of their fucking hair. Because
we were going to get fucking shit wasted.
So they'd buy us like bottle rockets and say, all right, go do whatever the fuck you're going to do.
Go destroy somebody.
Right. And but every Sunday they were Catholic, and every Sunday they would go to church, and I'd get up and I'd go to church and do the calisthenics. Everything was cool. One day,
you're up and down a lot.
Yeah, you're doing some plyometrics. Right. I think is what they're calling it nowadays.
You're up and down. You're kneeling. You're up and down. Yeah, there's a fair amount to it.
Yeah, pretty sure that's why my knees are bad. But
that's why your knees are bad.
3 or 4 weekends
kneeling to Jesus.
3 or 4 Sundays did it in. No, but we were late. I guess they changed
fucking crazy.
They changed the time on that Sunday, and it was instead of an 11 o'clock mass, they had a 10 o'clock mass. I think it's Joe's phone down there.
Truly, you think that's my phone?
Yeah,
it's definitely not mine because I always have my phone up here when I'm podcasting.
All right, I'm gonna go move my phone to like
another continent. But anyway, so she missed mass that morning, and just threw it out the door. We missed mass that morning. We got there, walked up to the church doors, opened the doors, no people.
Yep.
And so the mom and dad were like, "Well,
here's the church. Here's the people.
Yeah, open the doors. Where the fucking people go?
Where all the fucking people?"
So we left, and she cried most of the day.
Because they missed it.
Because she thought she was going to hell because she missed church. Well, her mom and dad, and so I'm here, and I'm Baptist kid at the time, right? And I'm listening to all this. I'm like, how are they going to fucking talk her off the ledge on this shit, And they basically said what my grandparents and on my dad's side and my parents said was like, well, God knows, as long as you say a prayer, God knows that you love him, and you don't have to be in that building to worship. You can do it from here. You could do it from Busch Stadium.
You could turn it on TV real fast.
Yeah, you can watch some Jimmy Swaggart or whatever. You can, it all works.
Yeah.
And
that's just lying to yourself.
Well,
you're going to hell.
Well, but then there's a lot of fucking people. Hell's going to be crowded.
It is.
We had the
rat fucker. Are you kidding me? Well, fuck it. Give him the cup now.
So we talked about this
the street
in our outtakes, but in case you couldn't tell, we have the Blues game on right here on the screen in front of us. Game 5. Within 20 seconds, the Jets scored their first goal, and now it's 2-0 Winnipeg.
Okay, so I'm fine with a whiteout.
Fucking Canadians.
That's a third whiteout. You fucking Canucks.
But I give them credit for that. I like the whiteout thing. They've been doing that shit forever, right?
Every game?
Oh, for playoff games, yeah.
Every game.
I think so, yeah.
That's stupid.
So before they're
stupid.
the Coyotes. The Jets moved to Coyotes and they got a new I don't know who.
Right, they got a new.
Was it a new one expansion? But the fact that they bring that shit back, I think it's cool. I like that kind of tradition, and I do generally like Canadians. But fuck these Canadians. Fuck them all.
Fuck that entire stadium.
At this point, I'm not happy with the Jets.
I hope a fucking jet lands on it. Tears the fucking roof off, kills half of them.
So this will be an interesting podcast. We're in a bad mood already.
Well, it could all turn around.
You know what we
very
should
quickly.
do? We
It's
should.
just hockey.
So our idea is to fucking run down some headlines.
That's right.
For you guys.
Topics to discuss.
And we beat the living dick out of some fucking church shit. So let's get off
church,
We're
to
going to go right back into
just
church shit.
briefly, let's touch on, we got a monument, an iconic building.
Why don't we? You ain't got a better fucking story to start off with?
Well, we're talking church.
Well, the segue into Notre Dame is
Notre
pretty
Dame
easy.
Cathedral.
From where we were at.
All right.
You know, let's go right from church to church.
Yeah.
Let's not do 20 minutes on it.
We won't.
I don't have much to say about Notre Dame. I already said it to you guys. I was like, I think, I watched. So here, I'll tell you how I saw. It's kind of like, no, it's not kind of like, because I don't think anybody died in this, right?
No.
So
a couple cops got hurt.
I almost said it's kind of like 9/11. You know where you were at when it happened, but it's nothing like 9/11.
No,
but I was walking to the bathroom at the office, and there's a TV on my way to the John, and on the TV, there's a fire. There's a fire, and I look up and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I didn't realize what it was, but I was like, "It was a fucking inferno," and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I had to pee, and I just moved on my way.
Yeah.
And on my way back, I took a glance at it again, and I saw it said Notre Dame Cathedral. I was like, "Holy shit!" That's a big deal. And then I went back to work, and I didn't really think about it too much more. And then that evening, you hear all this like, "Oh my God, it's so horrible! It's all these things are lost. All these, and it's just it sounds like all overreaction to me.
I do think people are blowing it out of proportion.
It's only overreaction because you have no discernible care.
No, I think that there's some important shit there.
Sure.
And that the building, any building that's been around for 2,000 years, 1,800, 800, whatever, 850, 2,000,
I think it's the same number.
220, 221, whatever
it takes. But go on.
Fine. It's cool. It's neat. It's got historic significance. It's got the
and
crown,
this all happened on Holy Week,
crown
too.
of thorns. It's got
he almost said Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's got the crown of thorns in it. There's some important shit.
Sure.
So I definitely appreciate that. But I think it's just it's funny how the media, again, has nothing to do with politics. There's a completely apolitical thing, and the media fucked it up again because they get too fucking excited about shit, and they want to be like, "Oh my God, this is the most tragic thing ever." And it's like the next day, it's like, "Hey, it's not bad. It's not as bad as we thought it was."
I don't know. There's
all the stained glass is still good. All these monuments,
but the
all
spire
the
fell.
The media blew it up, but there's tons of people
they can
who
build that shit again.
Well,
very
they can,
serious
but
about
it's one of those things. It's 850 years old. Well, the spire's not. The spire was actually added.
That's not very old at all.
Like 200 years old or less, even.
Right.
I think
So
that
shit got burned in wars and shit too. I mean, it's taken on damage before.
Sure, the White House has been rebuilt.
Right.
The only thing that I can say to the Notre Dame thing, the Notre Dame, was my daughter was there in 2016. She actually bought a rosary from there.
That's cool.
Had it blessed, and I have a picture still on my phone, which is out in the hallway, of her standing in front of it, holding it. And as soon as it happened, I was like, go look at the picture. And then after I did that, I sat back and I thought about it for a minute, and then I thought, where the fuck is Quasimodo going to go?
I was going to say,
he's fucked. He's almost.
I've watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I felt like we should probably all watch that again soon.
Well, you know what? Get some Yellowtail. We'll all get together.
Never seen it.
It's got Demi Moore as the voice. She's hot.
But
as
I think
a cartoon.
What I read or what I heard through all this stuff
voice
was
is
that,
hot as a dude.
What I heard through all this is that that cartoon actually does a very good job depicting the
Notre
cathedral.
Dame.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of cool.
Sense.
Yeah.
It
And then there's a
cool.
game too. What game is a video game that?
GTA.
No, but no. It's like a modern
Assassin's Creed or something.
Like it might be an Assassin's Creed game, but that they've done a very good job depicting that building in the game as well.
To me, if you take the actual location,
Get
the
all the
church
Christians
side
out
of
of
it.
It'd be a hell of a place to have a poker
It's
run.
still an 850-year-old amazing piece of architecture that's been around forever, and it's really impressive and cool. So it is a shame when something like that gets ruined. But then you add in the religious aspect,
right?
The fact that it does mean a very serious thing to so many people. It's affected millions of people's lives, people that have gone there and visited and, had a moment.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. I get
Well, it is
it,
a
but at the
beacon
same
of
time, it's
Catholicism.
it's a building.
So I don't want to get off topic too much, but
it's okay.
Ryan's mic's moving again.
What do you guys think of the conspiracy theories that come along with it? Because there were a few.
I can tell you,
floated.
my mom at least gives off the impression that she full-heartedly believes the conspiracy theory. That I think she would say that Muslims did it.
Really?
I think
on Holy Week.
Yeah, there have been some other church fires in the last year, some of which were
It's been a lot of church
Wasn't there
fires.
someone I saw a headline or something that someone was caught
going
carrying
into
gas
New York.
cans.
that
Yeah,
was in
into
New York.
New York.
Today, I think, right? Or
today.
maybe yesterday.
So what say you guys? Do you think it was just a
I don't.
Well,
just a fire?
they've
A construction fire?
Well, I read today that they've got it down to an electrical fire.
Okay.
So
Because there was massive renovations going on.
Right,
There was like a huge part of the.
well, yeah, there was
Someone left their
scaffolding
DeWalt
everywhere.
drill plugged in a little
Right.
too long, and
Someone's not getting their.
it's not a DeWalt over there. It's Le
their
DeWalt.
bonus on the
DeWalt.
construction contract.
Le Makita.
Nice.
I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's a
I don't
shame,
wanna see
but
shit
I don't
going.
think it's
I didn't get this upset when the Liberty Bell cracked. So
right.
You remember that? You remember that?
I was alive.
You remember that? Yeah.
I do think it's interesting with anything like this when people kind of overreact the way they do, start
that's
crying
the
about
world
it,
we live in.
having a vigil and stuff for a building that. Yeah, it is. It's the
Well,
social media world.
I
we
get
live
why
in.
they're doing that, only because they're not going to be able to hold mass on the most sacred of day there. But they'll probably do something out in the
they'll
fucking
do
parking lot
something.
or
They
something.
got other joints.
I didn't realize
Europe's
that place
full
is
of old ass buildings with.
Well, yeah, that's the cool thing about Europe. You think about here. We got buildings that
Old
go
as
back
shit. We got a few hundred years old.
years old.
Yeah.
You go back there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you go to Ireland, and some of them fucking castles are old as shit.
When I was in
That's
London,
the cool thing about
It is
Europe.
definitely cool.
It's only one thing.
I was in London in I don't know what year, like 02, something like that, 02 or 03. Anyway, I went to Westminster
Wasn't
Abbey.
that when you were with the boy band? That's when you were in that boy band.
Man, God damn
You
it!
guys, I know. I think
it's
we
on
should get that
YouTube.
try to
Find
get
it.
out though.
Nah, we gotta keep that under wraps. But going to Westminster Abbey and going to see the Tower of London, and I mean, it's cool shit.
Mhm.
And walking through Westminster Abbey was probably the neatest thing I did while I was there, and just seeing these monuments and graves of just ridiculously old shit.
Yeah.
And it's where the coronations of the queens have been, all the royalty and weddings, and there's a lot of damn history in this building, and they just let you walk through,
Fucking picnics and shit.
Yeah,
We
it's
can
crazy.
fucking hammered.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's neat,
Think we ought to get drunk here.
I would love to go to Paris or to
See, my daughter said, and my sister was on that trip too, and they both were not impressed with. They liked England, but and they were not impressed with Paris at all.
Really?
Said it was very dirty, very dirty city. They absolutely love Switzerland, both of them.
Yeah.
Switzerland was so nice. They really liked it. A lot of
It was
walking.
right next door. Yeah,
And then, they did like a bunch. They went to what's the city in Italy that's
Milan.
no, the
Venice.
one underwater.
That is
Venice.
Venice. They went to Venice, and then they went to Germany, and they really liked Germany, but there was so much history in Germany, and they went to
Berlin.
no,
Auschwitz.
they didn't go to Auschwitz, but they went to a concentration camp.
Okay.
And it was very, very sombering.
Well, sure.
And I had said, because I knew she was going to one, I said, if you can, pick me up a rock.
Just a rock.
Just something.
Yeah.
Just something that you can grab
It's funny you say that.
that's there.
I do that kind of shit too.
Yeah. And I said, I just want a rock or something. Well, she said that they were very strict on things
Picking
like
shit
that.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to change the lay of the land.
Yeah.
So she bought me a fucking kick-ass. And if you're ever at the house, I'll show it to you. I think I have. But a fucking kick-ass for real German beer stein.
Oh,
I mean, and it's from the city, and it was made in that city and everything. And it's cool.
Yeah, I pick up rocks too. I picked up a rock at the top of Pikes Peak whenever I was a little kid, and it's
cool.
It's holding open a door at my parents' house. Someday it'll be mine. I hope it's in the will. But whenever I was back there with my wife, I don't know, a long time afterwards,
Pikes Peak or your
Pikes
house?
Peak again, we went up there and I picked up another damn rock, and that's somewhere in the house. I have a piece of Busch Stadium, old Busch, that's just a piece of rubble that
I do too.
That Rich and I climbed over the fucking, and we went in there and grabbed a chunk, and we got in trouble by the security guard, and we ran up. So we're just taking a little piece. It's not a big deal. You got a lot more. It's okay.
Well, they were selling bricks back then.
But this is, it's just
I got a piece of old Busch Stadium.
It's
too,
holding
though.
open my door in my garage.
We got the
seats.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, and then
that's the waiting line at my shitter.
But I introduced it to my kids. We went to Pebble Beach, the golf course, right? Well, we weren't on the golf course, but
Did you take a pebble?
we did.
Hell yeah!
Everybody took a fucking pebble. We were walking out there, and I was like, "This place is beautiful." I was like, "Hey, it's Pebble Beach. Pick up a pebble." And they're like, "Okay." And they all pick up a fucking rock, and they threw it in the bed of the truck. I'm like, "You don't know who's, but whatever." They all got them still.
Nice.
It's just little mementos.
It's memento. Well, when you look at it, it takes you back.
Yeah.
It'll take you back to that time, and it makes you think, I remember being there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I'll never go over there.
Mm-hmm.
She was there.
Yeah. I never say never. You might go.
No,
This
I
podcast
won't.
is going to go international.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'll have to be
It already
forced.
is, man.
I'll have to be
They're
forced to
on
go
tour,
there. I'll have to be like
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Hasselhoff
sedated?
there.
Oh,
I'll never
Like B.A. Baracus?
I will never, ever, ever, ever. I know I won't pay to go to Germany.
Wow.
I'll go to Ireland.
Why? What's the difference for you?
For me, I think I want to see the heritage.
You want to see the shit in
this
Ireland.
shit in Ireland.
I don't give two shits about Germany.
Nope. I want to. So
The food's shitty in both places.
yeah, I'm sure it is. I'll find something.
Yeah.
But I would love to go to Ireland. One, because my wife wants to go so bad.
Yeah, I'd love to go there too.
And I would love to see the castles. So
Yeah,
that would
for
be
sure.
a great day for me and her to spend
Have I told you?
sober. And then I want to go to
I own a castle.
yeah.
My family. Yeah. Hey, don't fucking roll your eyes at me.
I'm
I
rolling
saw
them.
that
I'm rolling
shit.
them
Well, I
hard.
can tell
family-
you right now, if I go over there and I go to your castle,
Yeah.
I'm fucking shitting everywhere.
this
I would too.
Is this a timeshare?
No. We're looking real.
condo.
So I got a condo in Florida.
We'll look this shit up whenever we're down here. But yeah, the clan that is my family's clan. The way back there's a castle, and it's
But you get
I'm
nothing
pretty sure
from
you're
it.
not
I get
supposed
nothing.
to
No,
call it.
I was
if I
gonna
knock
say
on the door, they're
clan.
like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here, guy."
So
There's a
you-
bunch of assholes just like you.
You own shit. You might
I got
you
nothing.
might get a free
But
pencil.
if I take out everybody else, then maybe I could move in.
Great. So you would have to have some sort of
But I have to
genocide.
commit mass murder.
But I would love to walk into a Irish bar and sit down and just speak, because I'd be from, I'm talking like I am, and that would instantly, oh, you're an American.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
you catch eyes.
Yeah, but I would say, hey man, I'm here just to have fun with you guys.
Right.
I want you to razz me. I'm gonna razz you. We're gonna have a good time. But I want to, I'm not gonna wear a sweater because I see you guys all got ones on.
Right. I'm not gonna wear pants because
I don't. We don't do this.
Did I tell you about? I'm pretty sure I told you about the time I went to Cooperstown, New York, with my dad, and they all thought that we were like, we had the most strong accents in the world.
Really?
We do to other people.
These upstate New York folks that they're New Yorkers. They're not your Brooklynites. They're not Bronx or Queens. It's
Southern
a different
Canadians.
Yeah, it's a different type of accent, but I'm just talking like this, and I'm standing at this bar.
But your R's
and
are
they're like, "Where? How far south are you? Where are you from?"
Hmm.
And I'd be like, "St. Louis area," and they're like, "You sure? You sound like you're like from Alabama or something."
Really?
I'm
They
like,
thought you had a Southern
They
accent?
thought that. I mean, but
That's fucked up.
to them, it's that different.
Oh well, you know what? Then fuck them. Jump in a
Right.
fucking Lake Superior, you cocksuckers. I hope the lake.
No,
I
they were
hope the
good.
lake effect swallows your entire family.
They
Fuck
were good.
you.
Upstate New York's they're good people there. Now you get down closer to the city and you run into all the assholes. And there's good.
Well,
people
that's a
there too,
melting
man.
pot. That's all that is.
But
Well,
yeah,
speaking
you
of
get north
assholes,
north of Manhattan.
you had
right.
mentioned over the week flat earthers who are going on a cruise together. They're organizing a cruise. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't
I
remember
think
who
isn't Sugar Ray playing that cruise? When it's over.
Oh wait, who did the not Sugar Ray?
I fall in love again.
Who did the somebody once told me? Who's that?
That's Uncle Cracker.
Uncle Cracker.
No, is it?
No.
That seems like that should be a theme
That's,
song. Isn't that Sugar Ray?
No, that's a Hey
Smash
Now.
Mouth.
Smash
Smash
Mouth.
Mouth,
Yeah.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
Yeah.
I was in Shrek's movie.
Get your
I
game on.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm rich.
Yeah.
I feel like that
Sold
should
my
be the Flat
fucking life song.
Earthers like theme
Right.
song.
Smash Mouth.
No,
No, it should be Eye of the Tiger.
So I watched. I don't know if we talked
Well,
about
we
this.
talked about it in one of the episodes, a documentary or
About
whatever.
yeah,
But this is
Beyond the Curve.
Beyond the
than that.
Curve.
Yeah.
I recommend it. It's entertaining. It makes you question everything. It makes you question the people you're talking to. Like, this person might be a fucking moron. I don't know if I should trust anybody at this point.
Right.
But then there was one point I was watching. I was like, maybe I'm the fucking moron. Maybe they're onto something here. And I was like, what the fuck? Come on, get your shit together,
Dude,
Ryan. You know,
There's enough footage out there that shows around.
No, it's a scam.
It's all a scam to these people. They think that NASA's lying to them. All the images we get from space are just all manufactured lies.
Mm-hmm.
It's
To
all
what avail?
bullshit. Because they're fucking
Control.
crazy. They're lunatics. So they're going on a
You
cruise.
You cannot be a flat earther.
No,
No, he's a lot of things. He's not a flat earther. But Rick, probably give him a day. Rick,
Yeah.
we need you to get to work on this.
Just wait.
No, fuck no. We can't have that. That's too far fetched. Rick, just
Yeah, let that one lie.
Stick to the belt shit.
Yeah. Or find something different. We need a new conspiracy.
Oh,
Lee Harvey's a lone gunman.
I was ranting about something at work today. I'll get into it in a minute.
All right.
Let's finish.
Well,
So
the
they're
cruise.
going on a cruise.
They're going
right?
on a cruise, and they're going to try to find what they think. They think that that you don't just drive off the edge of the Earth. There's an ice wall. It's like if you've ever
Truman
seen
Show.
the Truman Show.
Basically, yeah.
The Truman Show.
Yeah, that was just drywall though.
Right, and had a porthole or whatever you could,
No, he fucking his boat hits the wall.
Right, but then there was a
and
door.
then there was a stairs.
Right,
Yeah.
There were stairs right there, and then Ed Harris tries to talk him back into coming back.
but they really think that. Like
And then he goes, and
in
then
the
he
Beyond
says
the
this
Curve
little
thing.
bullshit
They
thing.
talk about the Truman Show.
Oh,
Like
really?
that's real.
They said, yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, and this guy's all being 100%
But that
serious.
was a one big joke on one guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you think that the world is flat, you have to question. I mean, you've never flown internationally. You've never flown from New York, from JFK to London. If you did, you wouldn't be able to make sense of how you got there
Well,
as
and that was
efficiently as
one
you
of the
did.
issues
The
with
reason why
this-
they do is because they hop. They
Well,
go
yeah,
over the
they-
shortest
Right.
apex, right?
One of the
They
issues
go
with this
north.
cruise
They
was
go
that
closer to the pole.
Right.
the GPS and the navigation of the ship and everything should take them in a certain direction, but they're saying that's all false and misleading, and it's really going to take you here.
Well, you know
and-
what? I think that's a fine idea what they're doing. Put all of them on a fucking boat. In fact, they should be able to do it for free.
Yeah.
Let them all go on the fucking boat. Get them all on the boat.
Right.
All
and
of
then
you.
cruise missile.
Yeah, or whatever. Fucking run them off to the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
send
Bill
them down
Burr,
to
Bill Burr did a
Antarctica.
joke
I know you
about
said
that.
about cruises.
Yeah, it's like just take them all out. But I finally remembered who said it to me. My car, I dropped it off at Quality, and the porter that drove me back to my house. This is the second time. He's a great guy. I don't know his name. He's a good guy. Drives a baller ass like Audi. I don't know. It's a really nice car. He's a porter. I'm like, how the fuck are you? What are they paying you here? So he drive me home, and we're just bullshitting and talking about this stuff, and we're talking about documentaries. And I bring up the Beyond the Curve, and he goes, "Did you hear about this cruise?" So I give him, I don't know his name, but I give him all the credit in the world for bringing this up, because him and I talked about it for 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes of my trip home, and I'm like, if there's not a film crew on this cruise. Right. Someone should
Yeah, but
die.
they should be airlifted after that.
Yeah, you got to get the film crew off.
After all the flat earthers find out take them where they dropped off the transformer. And the first transformer was like 7 miles below the Earth's surface.
I can't wait
and
for
just
them,
drop the boat there.
I can't wait for them to come back and be like, yeah, well,
they still won't believe it.
No, you're right. Right.
They're going to say that the navigation and GPS is configured by the government to not allow you to go.
It's all
to
just
the
fixed.
edge.
Yeah.
It's going to make you turn.
I just don't really think the government cares enough to deal with that. nor NASA. NASA's is basically like Goodwill now.
Why
That's defunded.
They faked the moon landing. Why wouldn't they fake
They did.
the
I did.
ice
You know what?
wall?
I watched that on Netflix. I watched that docuseries.
Do you believe that?
I fell asleep.
Okay.
That was so fucking boring.
Do you think we landed on the moon?
Yes.
I guess. I mean,
Some doubt in your.
I do find it interesting that
I think they spin enough.
That?
I think they spin enough doubt.
Yeah.
And the only doubt I really have about it is the time period, as far as like the space race that we were in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And
right. That's
and
exactly
so
why.
I could see
So
where
they wanted to win so badly against the
that
Russians.
it was worth
Right.
making
They're
them.
like, all right, call Scorsese.
That's
Well,
the
he's just
one
a
reason
child.
I could buy it.
That's the reason why I buy into it.
Yeah.
Only that. Because everything else can be debunked by one scientist saying this.
Right.
One scientist can say this. The waving of the flag, like you said. Okay, it's not that there was necessarily wind, but in a vacuum, there's in a vacuum, a ball in motion will continue to play until something reacts on that. It'll always move at the same velocity. It never slows down. So if he set that thing in there, set that flag in there, and it moved, it's going to continue to move until something else reacts to it, because there is no friction.
This was in the documentary you're talking
This
about?
is my mind.
Okay. Well, I don't know that I'm smart enough to talk about vacuums and that, but what my immediate thought is like, even though space is, we always hear space is a vacuum, I don't think it's a perfect vacuum. So
actually, it is a perfect vacuum. There
where has to be some atmosphere. There has to be some. There's obviously some level of gravity on the moon. Otherwise, everybody would have just floated off of it.
But that's gravity and vacuum have nothing to do with each other.
Right. But so
and that's only off of gravitation. That's a pull from the Earth.
Again, like I'm saying, I don't know. No, I think the moon has its own gravity.
Right.
Wouldn't you think?
It does.
I think so.
The moon has its own gravity, pulling it into because of its smaller mass.
Yeah, see, I don't think we're smart enough to talk. We need to do some research on this because
Hold on, we're gonna Wikipedia this. We'll be right back.
No.
No, I just don't. I don't know. I've always just taken the simplest
space
path.
Space is considered a perfect vacuum because that's why they have to have the pressurized suits, and then if they don't, you implode.
Yeah, fine. I just don't think I don't know that it's that simple. I think the scientist would probably say, yeah, it's a vacuum, but there's always other factors.
Are you going somewhere with that? If it's not, what about that?
I'm just saying that all of the theories that people that we didn't land on the moon, those people say you can poke holes in anything, right?
Okay.
And I think if we had a real scientist that sat here and said, well, yeah, okay, yes, in theory, if it was a true perfect vacuum, then yes, you'd hit that flag and it would just constantly, or it would just wave constantly or whatever.
Do you think we would be trying to go to Mars if we hadn't been to the moon yet? Seems like we would try to actually get to the moon if we hadn't already.
Right, before we put the rover on Mars.
Right.
Fuck, there's Toyotas that have been to the moon.
Well, it'd be interesting to talk to these flat earthers and say, what do you think about Elon Musk putting his car in space and it's out there floating around? Or what do you think about the Mars rover? Or the telescope, what's it called? The Hubble Space Telescope, or all of these things that NASA has been involved with.
Mm-hmm.
The International Space Station, you can see that motherfucker from here. Like on a clear night with a good telescope, you can see that son of a bitch flying by. And it's like, how do they explain all of those things away? I just think there's a lot of problems. They're just not thinking.
No, it's not that they're not thinking. It's they're just not listening. They're not taking in what they're hearing.
So that said, I'm going to drop this little gem. And we could talk about it. I'd probably, we don't want to, but the Mueller report came out today, and I watched a little bit of the stuff on. Honestly, I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear what anybody has to say about it. I don't give a fuck if you're right or left or right down the fucking middle. I don't care if you're Trump, if you're Mueller. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm tired of listening to all of it. What I did find interesting reading headlines is that everybody on the left they're still going. They're well, now we got to do this. Now there's always the next thing, and it's kind of the same thing. No matter how much evidence you give them, I don't know what Trump did. I'm not going to read that fucking report. I am going to trust what the press or what the masses tell me. I'll go to
shouldn't do that.
I'll go to multiple sources
All right.
to validate things. I'm not just going to go to the Post-Dispatch and say, "Well, Post-Dispatch said it's okay."
Yeah, right.
No, I'll do my research, but I'm not going to read the fucking thing. I read about
I don't care.
8 pages of it today.
There's enough people out there who care a lot more about it than me,
Well,
who
my
have said
point
who
is-
have said what they've said,
Right.
and just leave it alone.
Sure. My point is that we're talking about all these flat earthers that no matter how much evidence you give them, no matter what you tell them, they're going to keep saying, "Yeah, but still, I'm pretty sure there's an ice wall out there, and I'm getting on a boat and I'm going." He's like, "All right, well, you're going to be disappointed whenever you run into Europe, or you're going to be disappointed whenever you come right back around on LA."
Get on the boat, Magellan. Bye.
But it's the same thing with what's going on with this shit. It's like whatever it takes to find, and if it's not this, if finally maybe they put the final nail in the Trump collusion whatever coffin, then it'll just be something else. They'll just say like, "Well, but he grabbed her by the pussy." It's like, well, all right. It's just always something. It's like, you know what? I know he's a jack-off. There's no fucking doubt about it. He's not a good person. He's not a likable guy. He's a fucking politician / businessman / fucking mogul. He's an asshole by nature. By definition, he's a fucking asshole. So, but look, it is what it is. Let the motherfucker do his job.
Right.
Give him a chance to do his fucking job. He hasn't had a chance yet.
That won't happen ever again.
No. Well, unless maybe if he wins re-election and it's just completely irrefutable that like he wins the popular vote, it's not against Hillary. There's no Russian involvement, and now nobody can really fuck with him.
It's not even ever going to be him. It's not him. It's him now.
Right.
The next guy's going to have the problem. The next guy's going to have the problem.
Well, and that's a problem.
The next girl's going to have a problem.
Right.
The guy before him had a problem. The guy before him had the problem. The guy before him had a problem.
Right.
You're never going to ever get everybody, and then
but it's getting worse.
And so now, honestly, the way it's been getting worse for years. You're never going to get anywhere. We're spinning our wheels. The only time it's ever going to make it going to get any better is when President Camacho comes into office.
With Secretary not sure.
Yeah. And Secretary of the Interior not sure. And when we start having the State of the Union with the House of Representing. And North Carolina, motherfucker. And that's when things will change. When there's an above ground pool
on the White House lawn
at 1600 Pennsylvania, that's when people, it'll either not matter or give up or whatever, and then they can start doing things.
So there's this thing called it's not a new thing. It's called the Convention of States, and it's been around for the founders wrote it into the Constitution, the Convention of States. And basically, there's this faction of people, and I think it's somewhat bipartisan, that it's Republicans, it's Libertarians, it's Democrats, it's everybody that's just saying, because that's one thing that most people can agree on is that Washington's fucked up. They can't really do a whole lot right. There's a lot of crazy people up there, and we really can't trust them en masse. We can't, as a group, it's like, I don't trust you motherfuckers. And doesn't matter where you lie on the political spectrum, everybody pretty much agrees on that. So this Convention of States says that the states and the legislatures and the leaders of these states can convene a convention of states and basically legislate to the federal level and change laws from a state. You have to have, I think, 2/3 of states or something like that. So you got to have what's that? 40 states, 30
now,
something states.
Who's the legislation for these states?
Well, the state legislatures, right?
So you would take
each state would be different. I don't know how. I don't know enough about.
Would it be just the Congress or the Senate from these states?
I think if you were able to convene the Convention of States, I'm guessing here. So some scholar out there, constitutional scholar, can look into this, or maybe I will.
Willie in Mom's basement.
But that I would imagine that you would delegate someone. You would delegate a representative from each state, similar to
he
how
would have to go with how that state felt.
Right.
And then how would you get that without a state consensus vote or some sort?
How did the Constitution get ratified? Similar type thing.
A lot less people.
Well, sure. There was only 13 of them then, or actually slightly less than that, because I think whatever the last one didn't happen until several years later, so 12. But it'd be a similar type of a thing where you would have to send a delegation from every state, and then they would have to agree. So now there's another challenge, right? So then they have to agree on how to move forward. But if you get...
And did you say this would be to get 2/3 of a vote for what end?
Well,
to
convene the convention of states, my understanding is you would have to have 2/3 of the states to say, yep, we're going to do the convention of states. Now it's convened. Okay. Now they can I don't know if they can write law. They can
decide on a bunch of stuff.
How would they be able to write law?
Legislation that would then go through
the channels, right? Okay. Well, we're already doing that though, anyhow. So,
but kinda, I mean, really, how much,
sounds like a lobbyist to me. But
well, I don't know. But I think the idea behind what these folks are saying is that we have so many people, Republicans and Democrats on both sides, that are career politicians, that are in bed with lobbyists that we can't trust, that are taking money from every place they can get it, book deals and otherwise, and it's bad. They're not looking out for you or me or anybody.
But don't you think, asshole or not, that's how Trump got elected? Was that he was the not politician? He was the anti-politician.
I think that's part of it.
Shake things up.
I think that's part of it. I think I read something that the media made him out to be the perfect enemy, that he's the anti-hero, and the people hated Hillary so much and all the media with all the things that they did.
Girls like bad boys. That's how he won. You guys are fucking crazy.
I think to some degree, yeah. I think that people hated her so viscerally.
I think that's a big part of it.
And the media demonized him so constantly that the masses, not all, but a lot of people said, well, yeah, look at this guy. He just keeps coming back. They tear him down every fucking day, and he just keeps coming back. He doesn't give a shit. He tweets something stupid again the next fucking day,
For one, he was the lesser of two evils, so there were a lot of people who just said, well, I'll never vote for Hillary because of her history, and so they were going to vote for whoever it was, and it happened to be Trump. But then, like you said, the media attacked him so hardcore that people who saw through that were like, well, then I'm going to defend him hardcore, and I'm voting for him.
There's
and
a guy
you put those two things together.
There's a guy that's a comedian that's friends with Bill Burr. I can't remember his name. I think it's Paul Verzi, I think. I'm not sure. I know he's got a few friends he always talks about on his podcast. But Paul Verzi, up-and-coming comic, I believe. Maybe he's been around forever. But he has a joke about that, and it's pretty recent part of his bit, that there are a lot of people on the coasts who are now Trump curious, that they're starting to come out.
Nice.
That some people are starting to come out like, yeah, I voted for him. What about it? It's kind of like coming out of the closet for gay folks. It's like they've been afraid and closeted for however long, that now they're starting to come out. It's a joke. It's a stand-up bit. So
what do you guys think about in the next election, if he's not running against Hillary, does he have a chance at winning? If you don't have those people who are automatically not going to vote for the other side, does he have a shot? I kind of feel like he maybe doesn't.
I don't know. I think it depends on who it is. There's 20 different people that are running on the Democrat side. There's too many unknowns at this point.
And it'll depend on how the economy is at the time.
Right. And that's what they say. But when it comes to re-election, that's the number one thing. If the economy is doing well, then the president that's in office usually gets reelected. But this is a whole different animal because we're dealing with Donald Trump. Yeah. And it's a whole different set of scenarios. Anyway, moving on. Yep. We don't want to go. So we got down a fucking rabbit hole there. We're already in an hour.
You guys love talking politics.
I do.
Much.
I enjoy it a lot. I know that a lot of people don't like listening to it.
Let me tell you about my rant. So I was ranting at work. So as we discussed recently, I was getting new tires for my car, right? Mm-hmm. So I finally picked a model and a brand or whatever. But the other day, I was out having a beer with a coworker after work, and looking in the parking lot, and there's all these sedans just lined up in this parking lot. And I said, I guarantee you, every one of those fucking cars has a different tire on it, a different brand, a different model. None of them are the same.
So you went and built a spreadsheet.
No, but I said,
"Jeez, have fun." That was fun. Yeah. I love drinking with Jarod.
I went back to work and built a spreadsheet. No, no, but I said, why the fuck are there that many tires? Why are there that many options? Why are there so many different tread patterns?
Capitalism.
Yeah. When's the last time you bought blue jeans, brother?
Yeah.
Blue jeans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
have you bought Levi's blue jeans in the past 15 years?
Levi's?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But
go buy Levi's
But that's a fashion thing, and everything's a little different.
Levi's
With
been
cars,
around for 200 damn years.
Tires aren't really fashionable.
like that.
I mean, sometimes you're buying one that has a really, aggressive, wicked-looking groove pattern, but for the most part, you're going off of the life of the tire, 45,000 miles, 60,000 miles,
That's
whatever.
the way Levi's used to be.
And you're going off of,
yeah.
Is this one grippy or not? I don't fucking know. They all have ratings. There's 520 this and AA that and W this. But like nobody really knows what those ratings mean or how to differentiate between two tires.
There's a website.
Well, your average consumer
the speed
doesn't
ratings
know how
and
to
things like that.
Go on,
how
where's
to
the rant at?
differentiate.
This is the rant?
This is the rant. So why the fuck are there 38 different brands of tires and each of them has 12 different models? Capitalism, fine, but it's just fucking ridiculous. Like there does not need to be that many tires.
Well, sure, there doesn't need to be that many kinds of Levi's either. But
there needs to be about 4 different price ranges, and if you want the cheap range, this type of tire with this compound and this tread pattern is the best thing you can get for $50, and this is the best style of tire you can get for $90.
But I can tell you right now, every tire that you buy, I never buy.
Okay.
So,
but why?
Because I don't have the same vehicles.
Well, right. I understand.
So I buy truck tires. I got the old SUV, car. I don't. I'm not buying those kinds of tires. So they have to make different sizes.
The type of tire that's on your truck should be any significantly different than the type of tire that's on his truck? You guys both have 4-door full size.
Similar.
Those probably are similar,
but they're probably pretty different. If you
guarantee our tires are different. Mine are Hankook, I think.
Mine are Goodyear.
But you probably had 50 different tires you could pick from.
Yeah.
Why?
No,
I don't.
50, but I have. I mean,
there's
why would you have
many brands?
I guess if you dug deep enough, you maybe you'd have a bunch, but
you'd have brands. But honestly, the size of the tire is what you're looking at,
right? And you're looking for a specific thing. So what do you do? Like if you drive a Jeep and it's your daily driver, but it's also your weekend warrior, you want to go mudding. Well, you need a certain type of tire, right?
Well, then, if you drive a four-wheel, that's two different things. So,
but if you want to find one tire that can solve all those things,
well, it's not going to solve all those things.
Right?
It's going to give you the best of these two things. You're going to be okay on the road, and you're going to be okay in mud.
That's right. So you drive,
but you'll never be able to have the differential of the best.
You drive a Chevy Silverado, and all you do is drive it to work and back every day,
and haul light shit in it and stuff like that.
But this is the tire for you.
Right.
But you drive a Chevy Silverado, and it's a work truck, and you're on construction sites with mud, dirt, running over 2x4s and shit like that. That's a different tire. Right?
But that's what I'm saying. Even given one of those examples, you drive a Chevy Silverado, you mostly drive to work all day, you don't drive off-road.
He's probably got a dozen options for what
there's more than dozens. There's a lot of options. So I just think it's silly. It's silly that there's this many tires, this many brands, and I'd love to agree with you.
But I really wish we could make the leap to Levi's, because then I'm 1,000% on board with you. If I don't know if you guys do you wear Levi's?
Not anymore.
Okay,
I sometimes.
I'm not opposed to it.
Levi's are the most reliable blue jeans in the world. They're the best. I mean, there's a reason why they've been around for as long as they have.
501 blues.
But that exactly. 501s.
Right.
Button fly. Right. The 550s. Right.
Yeah.
Now there's every number between 500 and 580. There's something in there, right?
Well, that's because all these assholes got to have fucking bedazzled cheeks and shit.
So no, but see, they all look the same. They all got the same stitching on the ass. They all got the same fucking copper rivets. It's a slightly different fabric. Now they got stretchable. They got the fucking slim fit. They got skinny fit.
Stretch jeans is where it's at.
They got
stretch jeans. It's terrible.
Yeah, I like the nut huggers. Like show a little moose knuckle. Jeans. I like to fucking really
show your balls.
Put it out there,
Here's my balls. Look at them.
Yeah, stretch khakis, folks.
That's right.
Stretch khakis.
So
terrible.
all of these different jeans. It's taken me, and now I'm on it. I got it. I finally found it. But I've got probably 4 pairs of jeans that are not my favorite. They're just not ideal.
Okay.
Maybe more than that actually. But I have about 3 pairs that are right on, and they're 513s. For whatever it is, for whatever reason, and I've got 514s, I've got 510s, I've got 512s, I got 520 somethings. I got them all over the fucking spectrum. Some are okay, some are really fucking bad. They're all the exact same size too. So my fat ass has a 38 waist, and I used to have a 32 inseam. Not anymore. Now I'm 38-30. So I guess my legs are shrinking. So I can buy a 38-30 and a 513 Levi, no problem. Buy a 38-30 and a 524, I'm fucked. Now my calves ain't fitting.
But a 524 might be a different cut. That's what it is.
Even if I buy the same cut, like a boot cut or
I know, but it might be a nut hugger. It might be something bigger in the thigh, but it still has a boot cut.
When in 1980. When you went to buy Levi's, your mom took you to the fucking Grandpa Pigeons to buy Levi's.
Colonel
Days, whatever the fuck it was. There was like 3 pairs of jeans you could pick from. And it was dark, light, and stonewashed.
Well, yeah, I know. But the thing of it is now they're being more tailor-made.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And yeah, I get it. You don't like it. Whatever. That's fine. But that's what it is. It's just they're tailor-making this shit more to all the different body types. That's not a goal.
Oh, my God.
I think that makes sense because everybody's different. Excuse me. Everybody's body type's different. One brand of jeans is going to fit me completely different than it's going to fit you.
And that's how that is.
You call me fat, Jared?
Yeah, you're
fucking
a little heavy. Yeah, you said your legs are smaller now.
You take your fucking elastic jeans and get the fuck out of here. Nut huggers.
But your average sedan, all these sedans are the same basic weight,
we're
same
balls
basic
deep into
size.
this episode. This counts.
Oh, yeah, no, this is going to find the air. And the fucking Blues better find the goddamn net.
Still 2-0. God. Yeah.
And by the time this comes out, there'll be another game after this, right? When do they play again? Sunday? So
Saturday.
Saturday or Sunday.
Ooh. Saturday at home.
Ooh.
Yep. So anyway, I just think it's stupid that there's that many tire choices. Now,
but there's
where
reason.
It kind of got interesting was, the guy that I was talking to, I was actually Rick. Thank you, Rick.
Damn it, Rick.
He pointed out that, basically it sounds like you're asking for regulation. In order for there to be less choices, you need to have somebody deciding what those choices are going to be. You're talking about regulating.
You're talking about socialism.
Anytime you're talking about regulation, it's almost inevitably going to be government regulation, and you really don't want the government getting involved in what kind of tires you're going to have. That's where it went. I was like, all right,
maybe Rick's right, but I think what Rick's getting at is like, let the free market figure it out.
Yeah.
If Goodyear thinks they need to make 30 fucking tires that'll fit a Chevy Silverado, let them. Eventually, the ones that don't fucking sell, they're going to stop making them.
Right.
And the market just takes care of itself.
You know what? I think you and Rick need bad. A supervisor. Someone to walk by and say, hey,
quarterly reviews.
A little less of this, a little more of this.
A little more tickety, guys. Come on.
That fucking keyboard's got weeds growing through it. You motherfuckers need to get to work.
Yeah.
That's what you and Rick
that
need.
That mouse is good for other things other than just shaking it to keep your monitors awake.
There's a lot of dust on this fucking keyboard. What the fuck?
We're on UK time. We get extra time off.
But they got ruts in the desktops from where their feet sit whenever they just they walk in and all right, what are we talking about today, boys?
What kind of belt we gonna get upset about today? Steel belts, radials, the one around your waist,
Orion's belt, whatever whatever it takes.
You're welcome, Rick.
We need to have him on. I think that should be objective.
Well, I'll tell you
one.
right now. You get them on, and you motherfuckers start running down this Fox News shit. I'm walking out.
No.
I'm driving myself that night.
Well, you might then. I mean, look. If that's what he wants to talk about, I don't think that's all he wants to talk about. I think that guy's got a lot of. I've never met the motherfucker. Every time we talk about him, I think, God damn it, I really wish I'd have gone to Jared's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
But children. Got in the way.
He told me today, I think he watched one of the videos just so he could see what Ryan looks like.
And was he?
He'd never met you.
He was not disappointed.
He was pretty happy.
Yeah. I'll bet.
Happy like knuckle shuffle.
I don't disappoint.
Happy?
I don't disappoint. I think. Of course, the beard's a little scrap. I got a bone to pick with Pete. He's I'm a little bushy.
Yeah.
Well, go spend your $40.
I gotta go fucking back to Pete 2 weeks after I was just there.
Yeah,
right.
So we talked about. Happens. Tell him to go a little shorter.
Yeah, whatever.
I said I wanted a fucking haircut, asshole.
Yeah. Anywho, so the only thing I didn't get to, and I don't want to step on our sister podcast, is bat flips.
Oh wow, yeah.
Big news in the sports world. People, this fucking episode is going to be hated by a lot of people. We've covered politics, now we're going to hit on sports real quick. But who's the fucking guy from the Blue Jays that flipped? It was a Blue Jays.
Bautista. I mean, back in the day.
No. This was just a couple
the
days
other
ago.
day. I thought it was the Twins, wasn't it? Maybe
it was the Royals, and who were the Royals playing? But it was a bench clearer, and
White Sox, maybe.
It was the White Sox.
Yeah. I forget his name. It was a guy I didn't really know.
Shortstop. I can't remember his name. Tony something, I think.
Right.
But he hit probably one of his 4 home runs he'll hit all season.
Yeah.
And he was kind of a douche about it.
He was. He turns around backwards. And
and he fucking, he acted like he just won the fucking World Series.
Right.
It was the 3rd inning to put the White Sox up 2-0. It's not like you just save the game.
Sun shines on a dog's ass.
Next time the dude comes up, he got fucking beamed, and
right.
And he put the bat down. And
well,
he was
that's
walking.
the name of the game.
Well, right, and that's baseball. That's the way it goes, man. If you're gonna fucking try to one up me, well, I'm gonna put one in your ear next time. Not really.
It was in his hip.
It was in his hip, right? Yep. But I'm gonna put you off my plate.
And so it sounds like both of you guys agree that's baseball, right? That's how it ought to be.
I think so.
Baseball.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that it's right. I don't think, and I am a purist. I think that
but
I don't think anybody should be flossing on anybody.
See, I think they should.
Really?
I think there should be more shit talking in baseball.
Oh yeah. See, I don't think so.
Well, yeah, a purist wouldn't think that.
So
way.
I don't like it whenever a pitcher gets that 3rd strike curveball to end the inning. And I saw a fucking college kid doing a backflip off the mound.
Oh, what?
That
guy needs to be hit.
Yeah, and I've seen guys, shooting a fucking arrow into the sky.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I like that shit.
All of that shit needs to go away.
No.
Bob Gibson had a 1.1 something ERA in 1967 or 8,
yeah,
whatever
but
it was.
they didn't do that
and
shit
he didn't
then.
do any of that shit. Barry Sanders scored how many touchdowns,
I
had how
know,
many
he just
rushing
gave
yards,
the ball.
handed that ball over to the ref every time. That kind of play,
but I don't
that
necessarily think
respect
that
for the game, in my opinion.
I agree, but I still think that
you're going with the media side of it, though.
I like that. I like the showmanship of it.
So
without the showmanship of it, we would have never had the bob and weave. That's one of the greatest fucking things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What I like is the Jim Edmonds walk off where he watches that thing go and just goes, he's celebrating to himself. He's so glad that he did that, and he just flexes and runs around the bases.
And if you're going to be such a purist about not letting anybody then rushing the mound celebrating after winning.
Oh, well, that's if it means something.
Game's over.
Like exactly what he just said. I agree with Jarod on this. Like if it's Jim Edmonds hitting a walk-off, or if it's David Freese or someone, and they're pumping their fists because they're jacked up because they just it means something. This is a playoff game, or it's it's keeping them in the fucking playoff hunt. That's a big deal.
Well, I
it's
like
fine to
it.
get excited about that.
I like it all.
A 3rd inning 2-run home run in April.
But I think
in front of the 300 White Sox fans. 300 White Sox fans are watching this shit, and you're going to act like an asshole to try to get on fucking Sports Center.
Totally,
you're just being an asshole.
I don't think they'll get on Sports Center. I mean, it will.
It did, yeah.
If it was just something to just all the time.
I'm a purist, but in Joe's argument, there are a lot of
I'm not arguing. I know how I feel.
A lot of people agree with you now. There's a lot of people that say there needs to be more joy in the game. There needs to be more celebration and character, charisma, all that, and we need to not be punishing a guy for celebrating. I kind of agree with that too, but celebrating's one thing, showboating is another, and it's a very classic sport that has a lot of heritage and honor and respect.
All of the other 4 majors do.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
All the other 4 the 3 of the other 4 majors.
And honestly, I don't like
thrive
it
upon trash
some
talk.
Other I hate when receivers
do
their shit in the end
basketball,
zone and they catch a pass.
Football, and hockey.
See, I think hockey, they celebrate after a goal. And I think
there's so much shit talking on the ice.
Like you don't hear it. You don't even know what's going on.
Well, you ain't hearing someone talking shit on the baseball.
Well, you're seeing their bat flip through the air, and
you're right. Used to be when I didn't hear it. Like, if you were running down the base, you're like, "That's right, motherfucker, throw me that curveball again." That kind of shit. If I don't hear it, and they're not setting an example for kids that are playing ball. I saw another video of this little kid that playing wiffle ball with his dad. He corked the ball, and then he flips the bat and this kid's like 3 years old. Right. If I'm that kid's dad, I'm like, get the fuck over here. You don't ever throw that shit on me again. I don't care how hard you hit that wiffle ball.
I'd hit him with it the next time. Get right back up. I'm going to fucking throw right at your skull.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Whenever my kids were younger and playing ball, I mean, I still got one.
See, that's all that was, just shit talking.
But that's okay. I don't care about that.
But I think that watching, and I'm not a big fan of the Yankees or Derek Jeter, but watching that going to your right, making that play from short, and then taking that hop and turn and throwing it over to first, It's a great play. Jeter's one of the greatest. And I mean, I don't like him. Doesn't mean I don't think he's good. He's great. He's one of the greatest.
Yeah.
But he set a bad example. A lot of kids were trying to emulate that same play and make that same throw whenever what they should be doing at age 10 is planting their fucking feet and making a good, solid throw to first base.
Do you know what happens? All them goddamn idiots, they don't play ball no more.
Well, right.
Unless they get good. The play that I always
what
thought
I'm getting
of
at is
Jeter
the
was
examples. Is the setting a bad example for kids?
How about the play for Jeter when he got Giambi out at home plate?
That's unbelievable. That's just game awareness.
That's called talent.
Yeah.
You got talent, you can do that shit.
Yeah.
If you suck and you're trying to do it,
doesn't matter how many times you try to jump and throw.
Yeah, well, then you suck. And guess what? You'll be stocking cotton balls and socks at Dollar General soon enough. Don't worry about it.
So was Kurt Warner, okay, before he
Kurt Warner had talent, though. Yeah, he was just never given the opportunity.
Yeah. You know what? All the things we do. I mean, I got my kid playing ball again, and all the things we do, all the money we spend on these kids. How many Hall of Fame baseball players do you think played Little League ball in blue jeans?
Probably a fair amount.
Yeah.
I would say a fair amount.
So all the shit that we do, we've talked about this way back when we talked about this, about teams that want to spend all this money on uniforms. And I just picked up the uniforms for my kids' team, and they're nice. I mean, they're nothing too crazy, but it's still a lot of fucking money, you know?
I remember when I was a kid.
They could be out there in blue jeans and T-shirts.
We used to play, and first base was a mole trap. Literally a mole trap in this guy's backyard.
You had to set your leg up against it. Or
you had to have your foot up against it.
Yeah.
And hope that the mole don't come through.
Yeah.
So that reminds me, the other day I was watching my nephew play. This is a varsity high school baseball game. And there's a kid, a starter on the varsity team, who doesn't have his own helmet and he doesn't have his own bat. He uses I'm sure he must have something, but he uses other kids' helmets and other kids' bats.
What the fuck?
It's not because he's poor. It's not because he can't afford it or his parents can't. He just
is lazy.
And I assume his parents don't. They're just like, I don't want to spend $300 on a bat, which I don't either.
No.
But guess what? I'm going to get my kid a bat to be able to play the sport that he's playing.
Right.
I don't want to spend $60 on a helmet, but I don't want him wearing somebody else's helmet and putting his fucking sweat in their helmet.
$30.
Right.
Good, you probably get a nice bat for $30.
Not really a nice bat. You can get probably $100. You can get a decent bat.
Can you get a stick that'll hit a ball?
Yeah, right.
But that's the thing is like somebody else spent $100, $200, $300 on that bat, and they sure as fuck don't want
you're taking
your
hits out of it,
kid using
bats
his
nowadays
bat.
are limited. I mean, you only get. I mean, I'm sure you could probably do a test and say like, all right, you get 250 good solid on the sweet spot hits.
Even if they didn't. They can break, and they definitely do break, and your dumbass kid using my kid's bat is more likely to make it break when he doesn't give a shit about it and tosses it back to the dugout.
Right.
So yeah, I was a little irked by that, and that's been going on forever, but I don't understand why these parents sign their kid up for varsity level sports and don't buy them the equipment.
He's a upperclassman? He's a junior or senior?
I'm not going to comment what he is because you might identify him and who he is, but
he's a sophomore.
I'm not going to say what he is or isn't.
We'll talk about this afterwards. He's a sophomore. Is what I'm getting at.
It's just ridiculous how these people don't buy their own shit.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's the end of my.
You know what we need? Rant. We need nachos.
Right now.
Well, I need something.
That sounds good.
So I'm trying to avoid chewing the gum because I heard myself.
I think our listeners understand, our viewers understand what you're going through.
What day am I at here
They're
now?
okay
I'm like 8 days. It was 8 days before, and now it's 30. So I don't know what it was. 15 days, something like that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, I told this has been educational for my kids because I'm angry.
They see the real you.
Well, no, they've seen this prick, but I'm like, dude, just don't even try it.
Yeah,
just don't try nicotine. Don't even fucking think about it. If you've never done it, don't. It's the fucking dumbest thing in the world, and it's super fucking addictive and hard to get off of, and it's just not worth it. And the money you piss away on it, it's just fucking dumb.
In that
brought
aspect,
to you by Hams.
In that aspect, don't try nachos either.
Yeah, nachos are delicious too. But I mean, I guess there's probably some addictive qualities to alcohol and beer, but nothing like nicotine.
No, I would agree.
I don't know. I've never rode that snake, so.
And don't, man. I'm telling you. I mean, Homer was onto something with the tobacco, the tomato and tobacco mixture. You want to sell tomatoes.
43 years old. There's absolutely no way I'm going to start smoking.
Yeah.
Just like I'm not going to I don't know, start flossing.
Start heroin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
let's wrap this up. We're over an hour in. So we kind of had a little variety today. We had sort of an agenda.
We
I don't
kind of
know.
actually had a plan, and it didn't sound
we
like
did.
we did.
Didn't stick to it really,
So-
but we kind of did.
No, we got plenty of our politics in, guys.
We did.
Yeah, Joe
Joe's
loves that
ready
shit.
to pull his pants down.
Yeah,
So
I hope y'all loved it.
yeah.
It was
Well,
awesome.
we appreciate you listening and watching. If you want to give us some ideas, some topics to discuss coming up, how can they get a hold of us, Ryan?
They can send us an email at loadthispodcast. Now, loadthispodcast@gmail.com. Man, I almost did that really good. I almost dropped right in there.
It's nice. I wasn't going to say
Didn't work
anything,
out.
but yeah.
Send us an email, loadthispodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
You could drop us a message on the social media stuff at Load This Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can send us a little message right down here on the YouTubes. And you could also subscribe and like and all that good stuff. And maybe if you did that, I'd be more inclined to post shit. Because I've been kind of lazy
Ryan's
lately.
a little disenchanted.
Yeah, it's just not feeling it. But maybe I'll maybe I'll get everybody to give us your childhood pictures of you in your Easter best.
There you go. That's a good idea.
I actually can visualize my Easter outfit when I was in Denver. It was a blue suit, and my mom made me take one picture with the jacket on, and it was a 3-piece suit. I had a vest and everything, and then the picture I had it hanging over my shoulder like a baller, right? And I remember the picture, and it was at the neighbor's house in front of all of her tulips. Grandma Rediker's house. And I called her Grandma Rediker.
Send us
only
your
related for a year and a half.
send us your funniest or cutest childhood Easter photo, and the best one gets a shout out on the podcast.
Yeah. So the other thing, real quick, taking your kid to the Easter Bunny. Did you ever take your kid to the Easter Bunny?
Oh yeah,
Probably.
Yeah. Are all Easter bunnies terrifying?
Yeah, I would say.
I
so.
don't know. I mean,
it's
not
a
like
6
a
foot
clown.
tall bunny. It's a 6 foot fucking rabbit. That's. I don't think I've ever taken my kids to the Easter Bunny, and I don't think I was ever taken to the Easter Bunny. And I think it's because everybody in my family is averse to 6 foot tall bunnies.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. So.
I think we've gone to Easter egg hunts, and there's just a bunny there type
I'd
thing.
avoid that
It's not like
so
I
much.
went to a mall.
I think
and
that'd be a great viral video to watch some 6 foot bunny getting the shit kicked out of it, like that school bus driver.
Jesus.
He's got padding. He's got padding. You know?
I guess.
Ryan's off the nicotine again. Man.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
It's just a bunny. It's not even a
See
bunny.
the violence.
Probably.
Well, happy Easter to everybody out there.
Yeah, sure. Well, so
It's the
sport.
greatest miracle, which we discussed. It's not
He is
Christmas,
risen.
it's Easter. Yep. All right. As usual,
Let's
Fuck
go
the Cubs.
Blues.
Cubs. Wow. And until next time, I'm Jared.
I'm Ryan. This is Joe.
And get a load of this.
Say something.
Something.
I hear you.
I
Check
got it
1,
now.
2.
Check. Check. Ah, fuck.
Ah,
see, there
I
you
look
go.
better on your girl than her outfit.
So which one? I just turning this one up just a little bit. So how about now? Check.
I got you.
All right.
I can tell you guys have your headphones are really loud. Whenever I'm recording
I don't know where the fucking thing went. Someone moved it from
the
me.
baseball one and I play it back and I'm listening to my headphones, like you can hear through your headphones in the other room. It's
Really?
insane. Yeah, it's really loud.
Hold on. How?
I don't know how
What?
you guys aren't deaf. Like when you take your headphones off and set them down
Oh, I see what
and
you're
I'm
saying.
playing it back through the headphones, it's
Yeah.
really fucking loud. But whatever.
Well, that might be coming through. Like right now, I hear it's almost conversational loud.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
I
when
hear,
I'm playing it back, it's after I've boosted the levels and stuff.
Right.
Still.
Ah,
Gentlemen, how are you?
I'm all right.
I'm having chest pains.
Yeah, fuck it.
Like
It worked.
panicky ones?
No, I've been getting these fucking pains like down. It's nothing to be concerned about because
Okay.
the heart's like up over here,
Sure.
right?
It's more in the middle.
Yeah, it's really like but it's still middle left kind of ish, right?
Yeah. It's
Something
pretty
like
close
that.
to the middle, though.
Anyway, but I've been getting these pains.
Oh,
like
I
in
hate
my
to break it
upper
to you.
ribs.
Holy fuck, they already scored.
Fucking
fucking kidding me.
Christ, in 20
24 seconds.
Well, that was half-assed useless.
Jesus. O'Reilly just woke up from a nap. He took him a while to get up there. Like, oh fuck, we started.
Oh, my
Jesus.
God. So, in case you wondered, folks, we've got the Blues Game 5 on here right in front of us. And within 20 seconds or less, the Winnipeg Jets scored. So, we're going to be in a foul mood already.
Well, you're not. You hate hockey, so you're rooting against the
hockey.
St. Louis Blues.
No, I
Rooting against them?
I want them to win. It's fine. I'm just not a hardcore fan.
Plumb ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. We got to probably not. It's gonna be hard not to pay attention to that because when I watch hockey, especially playoff hockey, I'm all in.
He's all in.
Plus, you normally have your shirt off.
Usually, and pants, and just a sock.
Now you're way off to the side. Does it even show up?
I can see it. Yeah.
Okay.
What, his wiener?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now you get this fancy monitor here. It's got good.
It's good setup.
Good stuff.
That's a funny poster.
Yeah. It's Bennington with a bird box face.
A blindfold.
Well, maybe his luck's run out. Maybe it's time to
Jake Allen, get in there.
That's what we want to get in there. I would rather fucking tape 2 skates to a pumpkin.
I saw a video of this guy. There's little kids playing soccer or whatever, and they're disorganized. They're like 6-year-olds playing soccer or whatever, and a kid kicks the ball towards the goal. And the goalie's dad walks over and just pushes the kid, pushes his kid in front of the ball. He stops the ball. The guy the dad turns and walks away like nothing happened here. And some other kid kicked it right back in. And he turns around. He's like, talking about dad's taking shit a little too fucking far, you know?
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot of that shit. You know, I was watching YouTube in the sad little shack where I eat food for lunch, and it was just, you know how, well, you've probably seen it a lot in New Orleans.
Yeah.
The people playing drums on the buckets and shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's everywhere down there.
Yeah.
This dude's playing the fucking drums and everything, and out of the fucking side of the screen, some dude just comes running and just flies through all of his buckets and just starts laying there and rolling around and shit. Yeah, I fucking laugh so hard.
Funny.
Like, fuck your buckets.
Did we talk about that? We talked about the lady on the subway getting beat up, right? Didn't we talk about that at one point?
I don't know if we did, if that was an outtake or what.
Yeah. Well, then I saw something that was local here in St. Louis.
Yeah,
that
beat
lady
the lady, the bus driver.
And they got the 2 ladies. The police, they're charging them with.
Oh, they did get them both.
Yeah.
One they didn't have. The fucking video apparently shows a kid.
I don't know if I saw. I heard
a
about that.
fucking kid and being encouraged to do it.
Wait, what happened?
So this bus driver, I don't know the whole story.
Okay.
Bottom line is, bus pulls up, bus driver opens the door, let kids off. A mother
runs in there with a ice scraper, like for your windshield, and starts
beating the shit out of
while another mother
driver
holds the bus door open.
Mm-hmm.
Then they drag the bus driver out and
proceed to beat the shit out of her
while
on the street.
Everyone else is videotaping it or whatever.
This bus driver probably did something to her kid and she's pissed or whatever.
But the kids on the bus, that were on the bus still, they got up and closed the fucking door like, we don't want no part of this shit. They shut the door.
But some child out there started kicking.
Yeah, there was a little kid out there kicking the bus driver.
Yeah.
While she's not,
And then, I don't know, the story was kind of convoluted. Apparently, the bus driver had to separate one of the children whose mother was an aggressor.
Okay,
had to be separated. They were fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then this child went home and apparently embellished the story enough to where it looked like the bus driver's fault, which it wasn't. And then so all that happened. The bus driver, I don't even think that bus driver, the one that got beat, was the one that did that, because they said that the bus driver switched routes because she couldn't handle.
So it was a different bus driver altogether. They got the shit kicked out of her because God!
What
beat
possible
up on
story could you tell as a kid that your parents would, for one, believe all of it and then go beat the fuck out of somebody?
How dysfunctional?
Unless it was like a molestation thing or something.
How dysfunctional does that person have to be? The mother that went and beat the fuck out of this lady. I mean, something's wrong with her. If that is your reaction, something's fucking wrong with her.
Well,
if your reaction is, someone fucked with my kid, I'm no longer going to investigate this any further. I'm not going to go seek vigilante justice.
Here's the problem with the world today.
And I'm going to get Tina to go help me.
Right. Well, probably told the story while they were waiting to drop their kids off or whatever, which is fine. Admirable that they're invested in their children's life that much. Problem I see
Fair point.
is when you react with instinct and not reason you should not even be considered a human being.
Yeah.
If you cannot deductively reason with any situation prior to your reaction.
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be pretty extreme. I mean, there's sometimes where, you have to in order to survive or whatever. And that's like fight or flight instinct shit.
Well, yeah.
But something like that where it's like, you're going to make a choice to go down to the bus stop.
I would say after the third hit with your fucking ice scraper, reason has to kick in.
Well, she's going to jail and probably for a very long time.
And honestly,
but now you got to wonder about this kid. Now this kid who's already probably from a single parent household, probably not.
Well, you never know. I mean, a lot of those households in the North City are multiple generations.
Well, okay, yeah. So maybe their grandma's there to take care of something like that. Whatever. But now this kid's not in any better situation. Now
the situation didn't get better.
No,
that did not make any of this better.
Right. So, but now it's like, so we're rooting for this woman to go to jail. But what does that mean for this kid who's probably already fucked up? Now he's just going to be even that much more fucked up because now his mom's going to jail. And now jail's normalized. Now jail is okay because mama's there, and I go there every 3 weeks to visit her. And it's okay that
I won't be in very long, but
I wouldn't know, man. It's like third-degree assault or something like that.
Third degree. So if she does it, I mean, I say long. I mean, one night is too long,
right?
In this situation, I agree. But she might do. I mean, she might get sentenced to a year and do 4 months.
Yep.
It's bizarre either way. Like I said, I could understand doing that if you knew from witness accounts that this bus driver, sexually assaulted your kid or something.
Okay.
But
if it was
than that,
I don't even think that would result in me going and vigilante justice and shit.
You don't think you'd beat the fuck out of a bus driver that diddled your kid?
I would take other measures first. First, I go to the police. And I'd be like, look, this guy.
Yeah, I would want to see. I would want to see the justice prevail in that, because me doing that gets me in jail.
Sure,
yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like you said, instinct takes over, and you just want to end the person's
reason
life.
To take over. But I would want to end their life.
Like a car's coming at you, and your child's standing there. You snatch that fucking kid.
Yeah, that's
instinct. I mean, that's fight or flight. It's an instinctual reaction.
But I'm saying instinct.
This is not something that this is.
But instinct to tell you that something upsets you. I'm angry, so like a primate, I'm going to go at you.
Silverback gorilla on you.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm saying.
Even a silverback would take a second and be like,
no.
Wait a minute, is it worth killing this motherfucker? Because
that's what I'm talking about. And I just, if you stop and think about it, and I've said this before, 8 seconds. Give yourself 8 seconds and you won't act the way you do. Exactly. You say, so somebody's. Yeah, I hear that. I don't know.
We're hearing something in the headphones. I don't think it's mine, but
my phone's way down there.
Yeah.
At any rate, you're not gonna do anything. But if the justice system would not convict this person, then I think I would have to take that into my own hands. But that would be me doing reason. Again,
I'd like to hear more about it to see what this background was. But
I think it's fairly new that there's not. When I looked at it, there wasn't a whole lot of story behind it. They just knew that what was on the video. This lady beat the shit out of this other lady, and that's it. The background behind that I don't think has been fleshed out too much. But
kick this motherfucker off or what?
Ready?
I guess.